Davey Ray, thanks for sitting down with TalkToDrivers.com.
Thank you for having me.
How did you get your start in racing?
Well, I started racing go-karts when I was about 11. My grandpa, Ray, bought me a go-kart, and we started racing. So my dad was still racing midgets quite a bit, hot and heavy then, and I would still go all the midget races, but it was about time for me to get a start. So we started running locally in Davenport, Iowa, and ended up winning a lot of races.
How do you like running the sprint car?
I really like the sprint cars. I haven't really been able to work with a good team on trying to have a crew chief and somebody to direct me on some setups. Mainly the sprint cars I've done has been myself and Dan Roberts and Daryl Tate. Those guys taught me quite a bit. Run pretty good in some of their cars. I just like to get to running a lot more.
What has been your most amusing, embarrassing moment in racing today?
Oh man, well, I guess when you try to make a good move and it doesn't happen. Like I do know one time I tried to go for the lead on the last lap, running second, and I spun out before the checker flag. So not only did we throw away the win, but threw away second. We ended up like 15th or something. So that was pretty embarrassing.
What has been your most memorable moment in racing today?
Well, probably winning the Badger Championship. That was a pretty big milestone for me. My dad was a Badger champion. My mom's dad was four-time Badger champion, so that was a real big step. Ralph Wilkie and Wilkie Gang helped me do that, and I'm pretty thankful for them.
Of the old school drivers, who would you like to compete against? Name at least three.
Well, as far as midget guys, I'd say like Sleepy, guys like that. I've raced against, Danny Boris and Kevin Olson, some of the guys I grew up watching a lot at Sun Prairie, but I really never got the chance to race against Sleepy or even my dad. That would have been a really good one.
Who has taught you the most about racing?
By far, my dad has taught me the most. Growing up with a race car in your garage and with your family thinking about racing and traveling to races all the time, and you spend a lot of time with your dad and your family. So my dad and I spend a heck of a lot of time working on race cars together, putting them together and taking them all back apart, painting them, racing them. So my dad's taught me everything I know.
What do you do for relaxation, non-racing related?
Well, when that happens, which isn't very often, I like to go fishing or just relax and have a good dinner at home or go somewhere for dinner. That's pretty relaxing for me.
If you could win only one, which would it be? The Belleville Nationals, Chili Bowl Nationals, or the Fireman Nationals?
Well, I've won the Fireman Nationals, so we can scratch that one off. Belleville's always been pretty important to me. That's a big race, and I've gotten pretty close. But I do think the Chili Bowl is probably the biggest midget race right now that we could possibly win.
What has racing taught you about life in general?
That's a tough one. There's just a lot of ups and downs in racing, and as there are in life. So you got to kind of roll with the bad and feel good about the good times that you have. I've had some pretty down times at one time or another where I maybe beat up myself a little more than I should, but that's one of the things that you just got to learn and you get through it. And as you get a little older and matured a little bit, you finally realize that it's better off to not be that way.
What do you think of all the kids in racing today?
Well, I enjoy having the kids in racing. I think it's getting a little bit ridiculous seeing some of these really young, like 12, 13, 14-year-old kids and midgets. These things are real mean machines. They can bite you, and there's not a lot of young guys out there that I think are at the maturity level to actually run at that age. But I like to see them growing up in a car that you can handle and treat as a real fast racing machine. It teaches you quite a bit. You can learn a lot, but I like to kind of see the older start out a little bit older.
Davey Ray, thanks for sitting down with TalkToDrivers.com.
All right, thank you.